we willed in power pure. Wordsworth quotes, "Bliss was it in that dawn to be alive." 1789. May the 21st century be one of the most glorious in human history, the most exciting, hopeful, and productive, increases in ingenuity and invention, imagination and innovation, a society less enslaved to radical ideologies or illusions. Indeed, people of the past have demanded freedom, and their freedom gave them right to become determiners of their destinies for equality, liberty, and fraternity. Indeed, the Parthenon stood for freedom. The Lady of Liberty gave us unlimited justice. Without hope, however, nothing can be accomplished. With hope, what cannot be accomplished? From 1749 to 1832, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe quotes as saying, "He who cannot draw on 3,000 years is living from hand to mouth. The history of mankind is his character. All of us live upon the past, and through the past we are destroyed. Every moment is of infinite worth, for it is representative of all that has gone before. We derive from the past the enthusiasm it excites. The best government is that which teaches us to govern ourselves. And then not all that is presented to have happened has really happened. It happened another way, and that which really happened is only a tiny part of all that happened. History is uncertain. Each past large phenomena, the smallest occurrence." So this lecture is going to be on history, largely, and perhaps it is going to be about the American Revolution, and also the Articles of Confederation. Before that, the American Declaration of Independence, and after the Articles, the Constitution of the United States. First, I will start with this lecture called The American Experiment, the greatest phenomenon in the history of history. Quote, Alexander Hamilton, the farmer refuted in 1775. "The sacred rights of humankind are records. They are written as with a sunbeam in the whole volume of human nature. These documents, the Declaration of 1776, the Articles of Confederation of 1781, and the Constitution of 1789. These documents, written on old parchments, among a vast collection of archived records, remain living phenomenons of reality because they eloquently established the rights and responsibilities of human beings. We rightly still think concerning the enduring challenges of government in terminology coined by the first generation of Americans living during the first century after the American Revolution. Indeed, these documents are the foundation of our government and the entire political system of the United States. Indeed, they thought more thoroughly, the founders of our nation, and argued more vigorously about these challenges of government, of the distribution of power in government, which is politics. They thought more than any historical generation thereafter, and left the generations after them with a series of unprecedented experiments in such phenomenon as nation constructing, nation building, and constitution constructing. In general, many humans around the planet often forget or fail to know or recognize how revolutionary the creation of the United States was. The Americans of that era of time did not, however. Therefore, a revisitation concerning these documents historically enables one to comprehend the revolutionary nature, character, and quality of the American experiment. This is a brief United States flag history. The Committee of the Second Continental Congress at Philadelphia, June the 14th, 1777. History of the United States Stars and Stripes. Francis Hopkinson of the state of New Jersey, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, was responsible for the stars in the United States flag. You will recognize that New Jersey was one of the smaller states, part of the New Jersey Plan, which was diametrically opposed to the Virginia Plan, until Samuel Johnston instituted what he called the Connecticut Compromise. However, though, it was Francis Hopkins of the state of New Jersey who signed the Declaration, who was responsible for the stars in the United States flag. He also helped to design for the United States government the Great Seal of the United States. Francis Hopkinson thought of it as a, quote, proper and reasonable reward for these labors of fancy and a suitable encouragement to future exertions of a like nature. From 1776 to 1777, the Grand Union flag was the first flag of the colonists to have resemblance to the present stars and stripes, referred to as the Congress colors. The blue field consisted of a red cross of St. George of England, with the white cross of St. Andrew of Scotland, of the British Isles. It was the flag of the Revolution, flown by the ships of the colonial fleet of the Delaware River. The Grand Union flag was raised on the Liberty Pole at Prospect Hill, near George Washington's headquarters in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Our unofficial national flag flew on the 4th of July, 1776. Independence Day, and it remained so until June 14, 1777, when the Continental Congress authorized the Stars and Stripes. This Grand Union flag was also the standard of the British East India Company. It was only when two new states were admitted to the Union, namely Kentucky and Vermont. A resolution was adopted on January of 1794, which extended the flag to 15 stars and 15 stripes. This flag was the official flag of our national union from 1795 to 1818, and was prominent in many historical events, including the inspiration of Francis Scott Key to write during the bombardment of Fort McHenry, and it was the first flag to be flown over a fortress of the Old World when American forces raised it in Tripoli on April 27, 1805. It was also flown by General Jackson in New Orleans in January of 1815. Captain Samuel C. Reed of the United States Navy made a suggestion to Congress that the stripes remain 13 in number to represent the 13 colonies, and that a star be added to the blue field for each new state coming into the Union. On April 4, 1818, President James Monroe accepted a bill requiring that the flag of the United States have a union of 20 stars, and upon the admission of each new state into the Union, a star be added to the union of the flag on the 4th of July following its date of admission. This assured the growth of the nation, and that it would be the state would be properly symbolized. 48 stars upon the admission of Arizona and New Mexico in 1912. Alaska added a 49th star in 1959, and Hawaii a 50th star in the year 1960, the year of JFK's presidential inauguration. By President Eisenhower in Executive Order Number 10834, issued on August 21, 1959, the 50th star was added to the United States flag, of which the 50-star flag was raised for the first time at 12:01 a.m. on July 4, 1960 at Fort McHenry National Monument in Baltimore, Maryland. A symbol of liberty, of libertas, carrying the message of freedom to many parts of the world, flying at crucial moments in our unique history as a nation. Following the War of 1812, the infant republic had successfully defied the might of an empire, and the stars and stripes became a symbol of national sovereignty. The writer Henry Beecher once said, quote, "A thoughtful mind, when it sees a nation's flag, sees not the flag but the nation itself, and whatever may be its symbols, its insignia, they read chiefly in the flag, the government, the principles, its truths, its history, that belongs to the nation that sets it forth. The American flag has been a symbol of liberty, and men rejoiced in it." End quote. In the year 1917, Flag Day, President Wilson said, quote, "This flag which we honor and under which we serve is the emblem of our unity, our power, our thought, and our purpose as a nation. It has no other character than that which we give it from generation to generation. The choice is ours. It floats in majestic silence above the hosts that execute those choices, whether in peace and war. And yet, though silent, it speaks to us of the past history of the men and women who went before us, and of the records they wrote upon it. We celebrate the day of its birth, and from then until now, it has witnessed a great history, has floated on high the symbol of great events, of a great plan of life worked out by a great people. Woe be to those who stand in our way in this day of high resolution, when every principle we hold dear is to be vindicated and made secure for the liberties of the nation. We are ready to plead at the bar of history, and our flag will wear a new luster." On July 4th, 1776, the Continental Congress passed a resolution authorizing a committee to devise a seal for the United States of America. But this mission, designed to reflect the Founding Fathers' belief, values, and sovereignty of the new nation, did not become a reality until June 20th, 1782. As the colors of the flag, white signified purity and innocence, red signified hardiness and valor, blue signified vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The obverse front of the Great Seal authenticates the President's signature on the treaty ratifications, international agreements, appointments of ambassadors and civil officers, communications to heads of foreign governments. Here you might want to go see the exhibit hall of the Department of State. As you see, the seal also says E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Novus Ordo Secularum, New Order of the Ages, established 1776 CE. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this brief lecture on the American flag and a brief introduction to the importance of the American independence seen in the Declaration, the Articles, and the Constitution that followed. And in the next video, we will go over the history of the United States Declaration of Independence, a brief history of the Articles, and a brief history of the Constitution, as well as the 30 amendments, or I think 28 amendments that have been added to the Constitution. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you've learned something. I hope that this video has been informational. I hope that it will act as an inspiration for many generations. I hope that it opens your mind to new ways of thinking about the humanity itself, but also the wonderful beauty of our nation, its government, and hopefully it will stand the test of time as it has the past couple centuries. And I appreciate you watching. And as always, thank you.